The US car market may be facing its biggest slump since COVID. May 11, 2025. Those of you counting down the days for the arrivals of the new Kia K4 or the new Hyundai Palisade may end up disappointed, as the analysts are estimating that more than 1.55 million fewer vehicles could be built globally in 2025. Automotive production in the United States is also expected to take a dramatic hit amidst the fallout of the Trump administration's auto tariffs. Analysts from S&P Global Mobility suggest that up to 87.91 million new vehicles could be produced by the end of 2025, a 2% drop over the previous year and marking the second year in a row that vehicular production has dipped. Tellingly, and according to further analysis from Nikkei Asia, North American car production could fall by as much as 9%, with the latter claiming the expected drop in U.S. car sales could be at a levels not seen since the COVID-19 pandemic struck in early 2020. Why Trump's tariffs could lead to U.S. car sales plummeting. Much of the blame is being laid at the door of the Trump administration's auto tariffs, which placed a 25% tax on all non-US made vehicles and auto parts being imported back in early April. Unsurprisingly, several European and Japanese manufacturers, including Aston Martin, Audi, Bentley, Land Rover, and Polestar, most of which do not produce any vehicles in the United States, have started limiting their US imports, relying instead on existing US stock. That 1.55 million, for example, surpasses the 1.4 million vehicles that Japan alone annually exports to North America. The US government's goal of increasing domestic production comes with its own problems. Though brands like Volvo, Honda, Mercedes-Benz, and Nissan have agreed either to increase production in the US or build new North American facilities, Nissan recently confirmed US production of the Rogue. The results from either will still take some years to come to fruition. Moreover, up to half of the completed vehicles are currently sold in the U.S. are imports, while the models produced in the U.S. / the state's annual production figure is second only to China, rely on up to 60% of imported parts. Recent mitigation measures for reducing taxes on steel and aluminum provide a much-needed cushion, but tariffs and higher labor costs, ironically, could see U.S.-built vehicles costing more than imported models. A drop in sales could lead to more layoffs. S&P Global's analysis goes further, suggesting that U.S. sales, in line with a drop in North American production, could fall by 3% this year. Diminished sales could lead to yet further reduced exports to the U.S. production cuts by manufacturers and thus mass layoffs. In early April, for example, shortly after the tariffs came into effect, Stellantis announced that 900 U.S. workers would be temporarily laid off across 5 of its U.S. facilities, while production would halter at 2 of its plants in Canada and Mexico. Admittedly, a 14% drop in sales year-on-year in Q1 was a contributory factor. By Carbuzz story by James Gent, May 11, 2025.